All right, welcome to the Blk Blu Show. I am Blue Bear in Blue Bearing, and this is my co-host,
Blake Cook, aka Blackbeard. Meow.
and this is the first episode of many, where we're kind of trying out some things. And the biggest thing with this show is our intent is to show you guys another side to us outside of the training that you may have experienced or heard of on social media or some of the interviews we've done, but to kind of give you guys a look into our personalities as well. So
let's dive into it.
Let's get into it. So why black and blue, right? Like, I guess that you'd have to ask the question of why black beard.
Ooh. Man, I've always, since the Goonies,
You were in the Goonies?
Nah, I felt like I was in the Goonies, but since I watched the Goonies when I was a young lad, really enjoyed.
I don't think you're old enough to have watched it as a kid when it first came out.
Well, it came out, and then I was like, okay, it was like at least 5 years old when it came out,
Sure.
but it was new to me.
We'll fact check that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not important. But
so the Goonies is why it's Blackbeard. Okay.
Yeah. So the pirate scene and at the end of it, when they found the gold and everything, that was really cool. And then living at the beach now and living in North Carolina, the history of piracy just is always kind of infatuated me a little bit with the gold and the diamonds and just how much treasure is in the ocean. Like, I think a couple years ago, some guy diving in Florida found $18 million in gold that was in a reef. And it's just like, man, how much more of that's out there? Yeah. And thinking about that time, like, there could be a whole thing
all the booty.
Yeah, all the booty, man.
All the pirate booty.
Pirate booty.
Not
gold, treasure.
not the snack.
Yeah.
The actual treasure.
Treasure, not.
Yeah, they're good. They're good, dude. Pirate booty.
But I mean, yeah. So I've always had a thing for Blackbeard. He's the most notorious pirate, and just his history and with Ocracoke and Bath, North Carolina, and then his history of the Cape Fear River and Southport. Just he's all up and down North Carolina, and just I think even as a kid, I've always wanted to go find treasure. I don't know if I ever won the lottery, I don't care how old I am, I'm gonna go find treasure. But his treasure has never been found. So if you are a multi-millionaire and you're watching this, hit me up and we'll go find it.
All right. And the Blue Bearing side of the company, the training company I started, where we focus on active shooter response training, has kind of got us to this point, or got me to this point, to meeting Blake and then to growing this relationship outside of work. This man's the closest friend I have and is a brother, and I love him dearly. And there's nothing I won't share with him. And you're going to see a roller coaster of emotions on this show, but I really want us to focus on this as an outlet for us to show another side, not another side, but a deeper look into who we are as Kyle and Blake, or Black and Blue. Blue
Daily
started
people.
out as a direct play on the Radisson Blue hotel attack that I responded to, and some of you may have heard that on the Sean Ryan show. That's not what I'm using this show for, but blue is more specifically, it's my favorite color. And
Because you got them pretty blue eyes.
So do you.
Thank you.
Whose are prettier? Better fix the coloring on mine. Starts with Commander. And the bearing side, like it's huge because I love being out in the woods. I feel at peace when I'm in the woods, and orienteering, like navigating on the land, trusting a map and compass. Once you build that confidence, man, I've never felt more at peace than when I'm doing those things, and it applies in a lot of ways. But that's why the show is spelled BLK and BLU. But it's also like where I used to work in the military at the most elite unit in the Army side, the black side of special operations, and then the blue, right? So like he was law enforcement, and as a general term or understanding, it's blue. You know, back to blue, or protect and serve.
Because there's different, like, cause even when I got out of LE, I had my own training company that was Black Flag Solutions, and then Blue Bearing Solutions, and then I dropped my company to join this massive movement, and it's just where I needed to be. So
why?
Man, because God was like, "Hey, this is where you need to be, dog.
Yeah,
this is where you need to be." And I was struggling so hard with like trying to do it all on my own.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, like, and then, you know, we ended up linking up, and I just felt like straight at home. Like from the moment that I came in the shoot house, I was like, yeah, man, this is crazy. But yeah,
I feel the same way, man. Like I was struggling to do this on my own too. And there's a reason that we met, and, you know, and what we've built and building is changing the way people look at and approach training, who we are. There's no pounding of our chest and like, look how awesome I am. Our actions, like staying sharp, like iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another, is huge. And
well, I think the atmosphere and how we teach and things, that like your personality and my personality, like it's funny. Like it's when we interact with students, it's funny because it's the same way that we interact. Like when we go back to the Airbnb or we come back here after training, it's no different. And that's what like separates us, because man, we're just a couple of dudes out here just trying to spread a little knowledge and trying to make a difference.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. And you know, the last part of why it's Black and Blue, the show, is think of like black and blue and bloody, beat up even, self-inflicted or externally. You know, we're here to be that light. And this is our way of connecting to people that don't maybe have the resources to go out and do training with us or follow us on Patreon. But show you that there's a way out, there's a way through, you know, the black and blue sides of life, and be that light, and keep things light. And, you know, that's where we want to show a deeper look to who we are outside of just trainers or former this and former that, right? Like that's the big thing, is like people rest on what they used to do. It was a job. You know, I was proud of what I did, and I know you're proud of what you were able to do. But it was preparing us for this mission that we're on. And there's so many layers to this mission. And I really think that this show is going to be another way of showing people that.
Well, I agree. Yeah. Especially people that already know us and people who don't know us, they get to see like this raw side of us. And, you know, we're in a relaxed environment, you know, it's just you and me having a conversation, and it's a great opportunity. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So, give us a like and subscribe, but, we're going to get into it. The first user submitted question is from Kennedy Morgan, which is my youngest daughter. And, she asked me this morning to ask you, Blake, and I thought it was so fitting and appropriate, especially for the intro episode. She asked if you were on a ship and you were with Blackbeard and Nicole, and they both went overboard, and you could only save one, which one would you save? This is from Kennedy, my 9-year-old.
The answer.
Choose wisely.
The answer to this question is ultimately going to lead me to my death. But
I should have thrown Bonnie in there too.
Oof, that's easy.
Let's just do it. Bonnie, Blackbeard, and Nicole.
Oh, Bonnie's living 10 out of 10.
Okay.
No hesitation.
All right.
And sorry, Blackbeard, if you're watching this, Nicole.
Nicole's definitely going to watch this. And
sorry, babe.
You can definitely, the doors are open here. But we'll do some rehabilitation, some counseling.
I mean,
with Blake.
Yeah, like I'll throw him a life. Can I throw him a life jacket?
Nope.
Oh well,
you are the life jacket.
Well, I mean, me and Bonnie's gonna live a great life. Sorry, honey.
All right. Well,
Can she come live with me here when Nicole kicks me out of the house?
Bonnie?
Yeah.
Well, you saved her, so yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just kidding, babe.
Because I'm Uncle Kyle. This. Yeah. If y'all don't know who Bonnie is, that's
my sweet girl. It's my service dog. She's awesome. She goes everywhere I go except for when we do training stuff because it's a little chaotic and it's 100 miles an hour. But
yeah, she's always welcome.
She's such a good dog, man. She's so salty. She saw me wheeling that suitcase out this morning.
Yeah,
she looked at me and then just walked back away like a sassy little woman. But
yeah, I mean dogs.
Yeah, I'm saving my dog,
are.
Man.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, 12 out of 12, 20 out of 20. I'm saving her.
Okay, God be with you,
dude. This conversation is making me so nervous that I forgot to open my lid to my drink because I know the pain that's going to come with this.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah. I mean,
and we could do a whole episode on pirate knowledge that Blake has here. I mean,
we will.
I've heard the story so many times that I don't want to share it on this episode. Maybe we will in the future. But
people ask me all the time, and Kyle's like,
I'm like,
do you have time? Because
it's super interesting though. Like it just
you got to have the time. It's it's interesting, but man, I'll go down a rabbit hole with it for sure.
Well, the other question I wanted to ask or just kind of say is what's your favorite sport and why?
Be between basketball,
Blakey Poo.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Football. I like basketball, but football is probably my favorite. Now, I don't like watching football. I actually don't like watching any sport. I find it boring to watch it. I just like playing it. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch football. I don't watch anything.
What about in person? Like going to an actual game?
Going to a game.
There's something different about that, like versus watching it on a screen.
Because we'll get back to football, but my first hockey game I ever went to, I thought it'd be so boring.
Hockey.
It was we went to Jimmy got the presidential suite as a gift, and we went up there 2 years ago. Man,
the Hurricanes.
Yeah. The energy. They're in the playoffs. They're playing Tampa. The energy was like I've never watched hockey a day in my life. I used to play it on PlayStation, but man, the energy in that arena.
PS1?
Is that the arena?
No, PS1, like PlayStation 1?
Oh, yeah, dude, PS1.
Okay.
I'm an original gamer, dude. Okay. It was gray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and sometimes you had to clean the disc off. Yeah. Hey, I'm a gamer, bro.
Yeah. I just didn't know if that was before your time.
Bro, I played
young man.
Have you ever played Pac-Man on Nintendo? And Paperboy?
Yeah, Paperboy was awesome.
So
I used to crush throwing those papers, dude.
Yep, I'm sure you hit every house and every car.
My favorite game. Oh man, I'm gonna go down another rabbit hole. But remember the road rash or the motorcycle one where you had like chains and a bat.
Oh, dude, I'd have killed you on that one.
Oh, really?
Right off the bat.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, as soon as the beep beep.
Yeah.
Done.
Freaking kicks.
I wouldn't even have to. Yeah. I wouldn't even have to go full throttle.
Throwing wrenches in the spokes and stuff.
Anyways,
so the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes.
Yeah. Hockey.
Hockey.
You were talking about hockey.
They dropped the puck. They hit it one time. It's like 3 or 4 people fighting. I was like, where was this at in West Virginia? They couldn't have built like fake hockey rings for us.
Did you ever go to the Fayetteville Fire Ants?
I did.
Those are pretty fun.
Those were good because
I went there to do the chuck-a-puck. That was it. During the.
Did you ever make it?
No,
dude.
A little soft, like it's hard to throw that thing, man. But
I've never seen anybody make it.
I buy like 20 of them and toss them in there.
Yeah, man, because those
but you're there for the fights.
They just want to fight,
throwing down.
They're just there to fight. They're just trying to get to the big leagues.
Yeah,
but probably football, man. I say football just because I enjoyed it so much, and I never played in football a day in my life until I was a freshman in 8th grade. And it was after a basketball game, after my 7th grade basketball game.
Oh, so you grew up playing basketball?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When you were like young?
Yeah, I started.
When did you start? Like
basketball, 4.
Yeah.
And I played summer, winter, fall, spring, travel, whatever. And because we were just like a really small community, and our team was like really good. We ended up going and winning the state championship in 2007 and 2008. And it was because like we literally stuck together. Like, and then after 7th grade, we played in the county championship, and the football coach was like, "Hey man, you're really aggressive. You should come try out for football." And I'm like, "No sir, I'm not getting crushed." My mom's like, "Well, you don't have an option."
She's like, "You see these hands?"
I'm like, "You see these little
these little mitts?
These little mitts, dude, they ain't catching nothing." And man, my mom made me play football, and my 8th grade year, I sucked. Like my first play in one of my
what positions?
I was a safety and receiver. Dude, one of my best friends, he's a grade above me. He hit me so hard, dude, I peed myself. I'm like, man, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. This
sucks. And then it wasn't really until, man, I played baseball just to give me something to do in the spring, and I sucked.
That's so funny, man.
Dude, I sucked.
No, I'm saying that because like our stories are pretty similar. I mean, I played football since I was 5, and basketball and baseball, but I realized how bad I was at baseball, like in middle school, and I just stopped playing baseball. I sucked.
It was like I could play third base. I was the idiot that would sit there and take the ball off the face,
mm-hmm.
and I wasn't scared of the ball like coming at me at that speed. Man, it was something about batting and being hit. I got hit one time, my first bat at Little League, and it was my brother's best friend, Derek Bolt. He was huge. Hit me right in the neck. And dude, I swear, like I didn't want to hit.
To get gun shy.
Yeah, I didn't want to hit a baseball ever.
I think there's another phrase for it, but the same thing happened to me. I got hit with like the Little League like star pitcher. Oh. He's ripping them in there, and I smacked one right in the center of my back, and after that I was just really apprehensive to get in there, and I just to be honest, I wasn't that good anyways at baseball. I mean,
I could throw, and I'm sure you could too, but it was just batting.
Yeah.
Man. I just sucked at batting.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. It was just like, I think just a fear,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know, sucked all the way up until I was in high school. I mean, they put me in a run because I was so fast, but that was it.
What was your fastest 40 time?
My fastest 40?
Yeah.
It was a 4.41.
4.41.
Yeah, these little feet can move, dude.
We'll have to see if it's still the case.
I'm probably running a 4.2 right now.
This is leading me right to a 4.2.
Yeah. Line it up, dude.
This is leading me to this.
Dude, I'm fast.
To our basketball, like.
Fast, boy.
Remember how we were down in Texas?
Oh,
training with the TTPOA.
We were just shooting, having a little fun game. Just shooting around.
We were doing training at a school, but we were using the gymnasium as like a staging area. And
they brought out the basketballs.
You and we just kept like prodding each other about, hey, during lunch we're gonna settle this in 1v1. And then a couple of the cops were like,
"We'll take
guys,
y'all.
We'll take y'all." I don't think they talk like that, but
they did. They're from Texas. We'll take y'all, bulls. Is that how Texas?
I don't know. But either way, then it went from you and I against each other to you and I coming like,
crush them.
We got to crush these guys.
10-0.
I don't think it was 10-0.
No, 10-0, 100%.
What?
Yeah, dude. I remember 10-0.
It was a pretty close game until the
stamina. Until we scored the first point.
The stamina is really where we like.
Yeah, I was about to have a stroke.
Yeah, and then we had to finish training the rest of the day. We like left it all on the
court.
On the court, dude. Went hard in the paint. And
I think that's when I realized how out of shape I was.
Yeah, but I think you underestimated my ability too.
Yeah, you were a baller, dude. I lost every bit of
I was playing my heartstrings.
Yeah. I was really surprised because you scored 10 out of the 10 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate, but
I mean, I scored 1.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, 3 minutes of playing, dude, I was like on the verge of throwing up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and we had to hide it too.
Yeah.
We're good. it's like, just like you said with baseball, like I middle school, I figured out I'm not that good at that, but I was good at football, and I played since I was 5. And, but I still have a story too about, because something you were sharing a second ago, my coach, during at some point, as like, 10, 11 years old, like is actually like running the ball. And I was outside linebacker, and I'm supposed to come up and tackle him. He has no pads on, and he wanted me to center up on him and take him down. And I guess I misunderstood that, and he just straight up stiff armed me. and I had to wear like a neck brace for a week. Like 13 maybe. Like literally whiplash, everything. And
he's reliving his dreams, man. He baited you in
just ball shorts and like a real tight shirt.
He must have hated you.
Yeah, probably. But the beauty of that was we moved around a bunch, so I played on a lot of different teams. As a kid, I went to like 5 different high schools. But but football was one of those things where, like, I was pretty talented. I could throw in baseball, like you mentioned. Like I have a really good arm, but I wasn't very accurate with a baseball, and no one really taught me how to be accurate with it. But with a football, I could. So I was a decent quarterback, just not that tall.
Yeah.
But I could scramble. You know, I wasn't running a 4.41, but I think I ran like a 4.7, the fastest when I was at my fastest. Pretty quick though but I wasn't tall. So, but like I was way more passionate about defense.
Yeah.
Like being that outside linebacker.
You wanted that contact.
Yeah. This is a pursuit piece of it versus like trying to dodge people. I'm trying to take people out.
You're hunting.
Yeah. Yep.
Where you at? Where's the ball?
Yeah. But,
that's why I like playing strong safety.
Yeah.
Was because like
I wasn't fast enough to be back there as a DB.
Challenging.
Yeah.
But you're a little bit stockier though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was probably like 170, which in high school that was pretty big. Yeah. I couldn't play my junior and senior year anyway, so I stopped playing football my sophomore year because of my GPA, and I got kicked off the team. And
was that a pretty big school?
Maybe what's the A ratings? Is it like single A, double A?
It's different for.
Yeah, this was in Florida, so I'd say a medium-sized school, but it was a decent football program.
So I was at a 2A, and we had like
I was like the backup quarterback,
people in the whole school,
and then I was like the third string for the varsity quarterback. But I was as a 10th grader, like able to make the varsity team, but then didn't get any playing time that year. But I had potential, like they were grooming me, but I let my grades go, and man, that was all I had. Like literally, if I went home and I didn't have practice, like I would be out doing something else. I didn't want to be home.
It deflates you, right? The fact that your grades sucked, and then
just the home environment. It wasn't like safety there, and it was just kind of like I needed that team. And so when I was off the team, man, I found a team, and it was a bunch of hoodlums, man, and just up to no good. And you know, I got arrested for shoplifting, underage drinking before I was 18, just hanging out with those cats. But I wasn't going to graduate because of all the decisions I was making and not having that structure and stability at home. But I had a teacher that actually like helped me, you know, get onto the path to graduate and ultimately to join the military. So he saw something in me and poured into me and said, "Hey man, you're not going to graduate." In between my junior and senior year, he's like, "Yeah, is that something you want to do?" I was like, "Yeah, man, sure. What do I need to do?" And he's like, "All right, do this." He basically came up with my whole like course load and made sure I was at class, made sure I did all the things that I needed to do before I even went home every day.
That's what we need good teachers, man. Teachers need a pay raise just for that, because there's so many kids like that. You know, it's that one interaction with a good teacher that can really like change that person's path.
I mean, teachers are poised to do it every day. So it's one of those things where like the good teachers, man, like the impact that they make. I'm talking about a teacher that I had my junior and senior year, who was a football coach, but like, and I'm 40 years old.
You're talking about 22
like,
years
I wouldn't
later.
be where I'm at now if it wasn't for some decisions he had made. As insignificant as some of those interactions may have felt to that person. And I'm not saying they were. I'm just saying they can be and have a significant impact on our youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude's going to watch this show and be like, I remember that kid. He was a punk.
Yeah. He was a little punk. I still am. Yeah. So, yeah, what you got? What you got, Blake? No pressure.
Oh, yeah, I was so I got kind of good when I was a freshman at playing football, and then going into the spring, it was baseball season. So I remember sitting in the dugout and we were playing a home baseball game, and Kevin Grog, the football coach, came over to the dugout and was like, "Hey, Blake, come here." I was like, "Yeah, what's up, coach?" He goes, "Hey, you know you really suck at this, right?" I'm like,
Like, thanks.
I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna get better." He's like, "No, you're not. It's too late in the game, son. You suck."
Some people just got it, and
you're the worst one on the team.
Don't.
I was like, "Dang." He's like, "So after this game, go tell Chief that you quit. We're gonna get you in the weight room." I was like, "Oh man, how am I gonna tell my?" And my grandfather was like really big into baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why I was playing. And
is that the one I met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like really big into baseball. And we ran like the little league program in my little small town forever. And after the game, I was like, "Hey, gotta quit." And I went up to Chief and I was like, "Hey, Chief, I think I'm gonna play anymore." He was like, "Good. You really suck." I was like, somebody could have told me this a long time ago. I'm just kind of in it to hang out with the boys. And then I got in the weight room, and then my sophomore year was I learned a lot about football, and then that's when I realized like there was a couple plays that I did. Had like 1 or 2 interceptions that I actually took it like 80 yards, 70 yards, and I was like, man, I could actually be really good at this. And I got in the weight room. Any young,
that's a good feeling, huh?
Any
just
you
taken
young
away
bucks,
with the ball.
man.
Yeah.
If you're in high school and you're watching this and you're in that sports, the weight room is what wins championships.
That's where the differences are made.
Yeah, because I mean, I went from 180 or 175 to 194, just chucking creatine before the season, and then I had a lot of breakaway stuff my junior year, and then man, my senior year, I exploded. Like first football game, I had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And I was like, wow, I could be really good at this. And then I took it really, really, really serious because I love basketball more.
Did you?
Yeah, I just came off of a high of winning the state championship.
For basketball?
Yeah, my junior year. And then, man, it was I was a left-handed shooter. It was awesome. But then football came, and man, my senior year, football ended up with 17 touchdowns, over 3,000 yards, and I still hold the record in the state for the most yards after catch, the most yak yards.
Yeah.
I was just fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't tackle me. I mean,
who was faster, your brother or you?
Oh, my brother was, he was an athlete to his own extent.
Yeah.
But he was more into like, they won, they're runner-up national champions in, what's a drama? The acting thing?
Like theater?
Yeah, theater. Yeah, he was runner-up national champion.
Really?
Yeah, he was a phenomenal actor.
I didn't know
He
that.
played soccer and some things like that. He just wasn't. We're 2 completely different builds.
Yeah.
He's more like slimmer. He's always been kind of like that. I've always been a little bit more stockier, I guess. I never ate my vegetables, so it's
Who's your mother's favorite?
me.
Of course.
Of course, me. Kidding me? She didn't make me eat my vegetables. She made him eat everything. She's like, eat your French fries, baby. It's okay.
Yeah.
But man, but
This
that
man
was,
eats like a child, by the way.
what's wrong with that?
I'm just saying. Cheese on everything.
That cheese is delicious.
No vegetables.
Why would I eat vegetables? I just do a powder and I get 2,000 vegetables in one serving.
That's the food.
How many vegetables
That's
you
the
eat
food
today?
my food eats.
How many vegetables did you eat today? I've had 2,122 on one scoop this morning. First thing, got you beat.
That's great.
Thanks, Mom.
That's wonderful. No, but that's super impressive, man. Like 3,000 yards.
I was just fast, man.
17, 16?
17 touchdowns.
Wow, that's impressive.
And I tell you, though, it's something I thought about, man. I used to dream about this, is our playoff game, first playoff game. So we lost to this really crappy team last game of the season. Really crappy team. I was actually caught a touchdown, or I was catching a touchdown right before halftime, and I was trying to get the ball I had one little creature pulling me back, and I was trying to get the ball in the end zone, and this kid just came over and did me dirty and hit me right in the knee. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I had the pain and everything, and then no excuses, but we lost that game. So we got put into a whole nother bracket of playoffs. Like we went from being number 3 in the state to like number 8, whole new bracket. Ended up having to go against number 2 when we should have went against like number 7 because we were 3. Mm-hmm. And man,
missed the seating up or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't have first play of the game. I thought we were going to smoke this team. I'll never forget it, man. First play of the game, they thought they were going to throw a touchdown Hail Mary on me. First freaking play, dude. I wish I had my film still, but it's pure luck. They threw the ball. I saw him running. He threw his hands up. I threw my hand out. The ball entered right in my hand. Straight interception. I had no moves. I'm just this little 195 white dude. I didn't really have like all the moves you see now, but ended up getting tackled almost to the end zone. But man, that was it. They put 3 people on me, or we had our coaches weren't making right, and we lost. Dude, that ate me alive for like ever. Because I was like, man, like I wanted that. I would give it up, both my basketball state championships for one football state championship.
Yeah,
100%.
Just as a caption for this, he's not the type of person that relives his glory days, being a high school athlete.
I think you probably
this is the first time I've heard this type of story. I think it's awesome though, and because of the man you are, and I think it's a part of why you've been so successful and why you're so successful now, and being an athlete, right? So, and for those kids or youth that maybe aren't as athletic and just get crushed all the time, just keep focusing on learning what you can.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like life is coming. And if you have the ability to make it successfully collegiately and then maybe professionally, I mean, that's like the 0.01% though, professionally. But
I think that was bad for me because like I had so many people in my small community that was like, put me on this pedestal, and I actually felt like that I could go somewhere with football.
But didn't you get a scholarship?
Yeah, I got a scholarship, but yeah, so I had a.
But you drank it away at Applebee's.
Yeah, I did. two for 20, and single moms with their babies in there, man. A happy hour.
What school?
It was Concord University, but I had some actual offers for some real schools, except for the problem. The problem was I took my ACT, and they placed me.
Is that a new test? You say ECT?
ACT?
I'm just messing with you.
You'll mess with me, dude.
I'm just messing with you. Sorry, please go on.
As I was saying, I was taking the ACT, and they put me in a room with my football coach. And my last name's Cook, and I was in a room with people with like last name Z's, just to get in his room. And they put me next to the smartest girl in the school, and I cheated every answer she wrote. The highest you can get on ACT is like 34. I was a 31.
Wow.
And I was a C- student at best. And they pulled me to the office, and they were like, "Hey man, you've been slacking in school or something, but we got your test back and it's pretty high numbers." And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna check everybody around you. Like, we won't make it a big deal if you just tell us.
You got something you want to share with us?" Kind of thing.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to? And I was like, "Nah, man." I was like, "Nah, maybe I'm just smart. Just don't know." Like, "Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna pull Chastity's test and just see how similar it is." I was like, "I cheated." I was like, "I cheated," and then that was it, man. I went to a D2 school after that, and lost every opportunity. And
But you got a scholarship to play ball?
yeah, I got a full scholarship to play at Concord University. It's a school in Southern West Virginia, and the hopes was to retake the ACT and then get back up to Marshall or West Virginia. And it just didn't work out that way. Come from a small town, going to a school where it's partying and everything else, and went to a party and got punched in the face. Dude broke my nose. Automatically, it was like before the season even started, and they were, because we weren't supposed to be at parties.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go tell the football coach, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we're not going to play you." So I was like, "If you're not going to play me, then I'm going to party."
Yeah.
They sent me a note that was like a letter on the door, on my dorm door, that was like, "Hey, you haven't attended a course. Your grades are at 0, and if you don't have this up by next semester, we're gonna have to kick you out." I was like, I balled that thing up, man. Shot that thing in the trash and yelled Kobe. And then they weren't playing. Like, my stuff, all my personal belongings, my bedding and everything was laid out in the hallway. And my key, like, they were waiting for me to get my key. Like, I was out. I had to call my mom and be like, "Hey, Mom, I got kicked out of school." She's like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know. I did my best. I tried." She's like, "No reason?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm the victim here. They were so hard on me. I wasn't ready for this. The teachers in high school let me sleep." She's like, "Well, let's start off with a community college." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I went to my intro course, English, on the... No, dude. Not this episode.
Jinx.
Meow.
Upside down. 6 millis. Same.
There's actually 3.
We gotta get the Euros ends. We need to get the producer to get a line on those, because those are the real deals.
Which I don't know is there's actually 3 milligrams in those. It says 6, but it's actually 3.
That's some junior varsity stuff, just like your athletic abilities. Coming from a person that barely made it out of JV into varsity and didn't play, and then got kicked off the team because I was a horrible student.
Yeah, so silence.
Wayward child.
So yeah, so there I was.
Sassy. Even. There you were.
So there I was. Sitting in a community college class in English. Oh, everything was white. And there was like all these people coming in, and she was like, "Oh, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, this isn't going to go well. This sucks." So I had a little pen and notepad.
Did you attend any classes in university or no?
With 2 universities, I attended 1 class total for all of them. And that was because...
And then you got punched in the face because you got a punchable face.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
And they wouldn't let you play because of that.
No.
But you have really pretty eyes, though.
I don't know how to take any of that.
Yeah. Just
anyway, as far as really interested in telling the story,
Yep.
I got up out of that class, and I was like, "Man, I'm really hungry. I want some boneless wings." I was like, "Oh my God, 2 for $20."
Because you're a child and you can't just eat them off the bone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Boneless wings are way better, and we can have that conversation all day.
Less work, yeah.
Yeah, less work. You don't have to. Yeah, you get more meat. Get more meat on a boneless, because most people don't know how to properly even eat a chicken wing on a bone.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll save that for another episode. That was an attack right there.
No. Are you feeling attacked right now?
Can you pull the knife out my back?
Just take a deep breath in through your nose.
Oh, I can't, because the knife on my back is hurting me.
Oh, that's all right, man.
I'm
getting tired of carrying you.
Wow. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that, guys. So, anyways, I went to Applebee's.
That's such a great segment right there,
Dude, it was 12 o'clock. And dude, there was nothing but women in there holding, like, with strollers and car seats with babies in them at the bar. And like this little waitress, she's like, "Hey, do you want a bar or table, booth?" And I was like, "Oh, just a booth." They're down there just getting saucy, dude. Just all I see is like margaritas.
Supposed to be in class, right?
Oh, it's supposed to be in class, 100%. And I was like, "Man, what is
Stay in
going
school.
on? What is going on here?" And she's like, "Oh, it's like buy one get one." I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And they're like, "Oh, if you get like a margarita, it's happy hour. If you get a drink, whatever, margarita, beer, they give you one." I was like, I wasn't even old enough to drink. But Concord University, when they printed off my student ID, instead of 89, they put 82. I was like, well, I don't have my driver's license. I'm in from school. I just have my college ID. I'm from Redneckville, West Virginia. She's like, "Sure, darling. Does it got your birth date on there?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You don't look like you're that old." And I was like, "Well, just good genes in my family, blah, blah, blah." And then, man, they let me drink every day. I went there. My mom thought I was going to class, but I was going to Applebee's. And, dude, I didn't attend one. Of course, my mom would call me.
Small town, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Guys.
I'd run to the bathroom at Applebee's, and I'd be like, she'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm in the bathroom at school." She's like, "Oh, well, how's class?" I'm like, "Oh, it's really good. Learning a lot. It's awesome." And then, man, when I had to tell that woman that I failed out for the second time for not attending courses, she was pretty cool with it. And then I got really good at Call of Duty. Then I was like, this is it.
What year was this? Like
09.
2009.
I graduated in 08, so it's 09.
Yeah.
So, and then she called me up one day. And I was like, "Hey, man, you have to move out of the house if you don't have a job."
You know where I was at in 09?
Where?
Afghanistan.
I was too on Call of Duty.
Oh.
I was special forces on there too. Built my character.
Pretty soon you're going to have your own character.
Oh, I will. Shout out Call of Duty. By the time you'll have some real men on that show, that game.
Ooh.
Just saying, there's a lot of subpar people on there, but anyways. And so my mom called me, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like ranked top 100 teams in the nation. I wake up, I play Call of Duty, I eat fast food, I go to bed.
Like top 100 teams in Call of Duty?
In Call of Duty, I was on an actual team, call sign, everything.
What?
No, it was a full-time job. Those dudes were getting paid. I wasn't. But and I was by far the worst, but I just played with them all the time.
What console?
Xbox. And because I used to love Gears of War. Most of y'all probably don't know what that is, but that game was incredible. But anyways, I went to Hibbett's. My mom was like, "Hey, you have to find a job, or you're out today by like 5 o'clock." I'm
like out the house.
Yeah, out the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're not gonna kick me off, woman. I failed 2 colleges. I'm still living here, mooching off of you. Ain't happening." And she called me like 3. She was like, "Hey, you got a job yet?" I'm on my way home. I was like, "Man, let me go up to Hibbett Sports. Let me see if they're hiring." I saw something about them hiring. I walked in, had some like dirty T-shirt on with Cheeto cheese all over it and some pants, and I was like, "Hey, man, y'all hiring?" They were like, "Not you." I was like, "Dang." I'm like, "No, man, really."
But I'm top 100 ranked on Call of Duty.
Like, dude, do you know who I am? I'm like, I'm the best at Call of Duty. And man, I went outside and I was sitting by the curb. It was like a little shopping strip, and I was like, "What am I going to do?" And this dude in a military uniform walked by me and was like, "Hey, man, you okay?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm not okay."
Life decisions, man. I just got kicked out of Hibbett Sports.
I'm like, "Hibbett Sports won't hire me. I need a job." He goes, "You need a job?" I was like, "Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Can you give me a job?" He's like, "Son, come into my office." He goes,
I got a job for you.
"We're hiring." I was like, "All right." I was like, "Cool." I went and did my little ASVAB online and all that. And I don't remember my score, but it wasn't bad. I think it was like in the 90s, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe like 106.
I think the highest you can do on that that's really high. What's the other score? Your GT score.
My GT score was 108.
But they pull your GT score from parts of the ASVAB. It's the general technical.
Yeah, so I had a 108, so I had like options for jobs.
Yeah,
Like I wanted to go do all.
that's the score they use to place your job, like job placement. Yep.
I wanted to, I was like, oh man, I want to do I'm like, what's the job of like Call of Duty, man? He goes, you play Call of Duty? I'm like, yeah. He goes, dude, we're going to put you in the infantry. I was like, what is that? He goes, Call of Duty, man, real life. I was like, sign me up.
God bless all the recruiters out there, but y'all are a bunch of
y'all are some liars.
Liars.
Yeah, liars. I know you could have gave me
partial
a
truce, maybe.
bonus.
Yeah.
I didn't get nothing. I got a handshake and a T-shirt.
I got a funny recruiter story, but I'll get to it in a second.
Then my mom cried for all night because she said she killed her son.
Oh,
Yeah, because I got to go home and I was playing Call of Duty. Dude, that dude had me.
because she gave you the ultimatum. She felt like it was
she got
on
home
her.
at 6 an hour later. So like I had time to go to the recruiter office, sign up, stop by McDonald's, get my food for the tourney that night, get my mind set, 2 Red Bulls, some Jack 3D, and
Jack 3D.
And man, I had a job within 3 hours. She's like, baby, did you get a job? I got my Army Strong. I got my little dog tags that they give you that said
All the
Army
swag,
Strong.
yeah.
I'm like stoked right now. I'm like,
Yeah, but you hadn't gone to MEPS yet, though.
I hadn't done anything yet.
Yeah, but
I
they
just signed
make
the
you.
paperwork.
Yeah, they make you believe that you're locked in.
Oh
at
yeah,
that point.
I thought I was locked in. I was listening to "Proud to Be an American," where at least I know I'm free. You know that song?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, and like American Soldier. Man, I was in it, dude. I played Call of Duty all night long, listening to American Soldier on repeat.
Your grandfather, was he in the military?
Yeah, he was in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he actually got shot in the chin.
Did he?
Yeah, so he won't shave his beard.
You call him Papaw?
Papaw.
Papaw.
B.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't shave his beard because he's got a gnarly scar on his chin. So he had a pretty bad experience in Vietnam. Can't do fireworks, anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was proud. He was like super stoked because he got tired of giving
When
me
you
money.
signed up, did you were you able to like select obviously infantry?
Man, they wouldn't give me a Ranger contract. I asked for all the things.
No, but were you able to pick the 82nd Airborne?
No,
so you were
I actually didn't even get
11
80s.
X-ray.
Yeah.
And then
I got a basic, and they were like, "All right, all you guys are
Were
Bravos."
you 11 Bravo or 11 Charlie?
Bravo.
Because Tanner, God bless Skillbridge Career Skills Program. Our intern right now is infantryman light because he's in 11 Charlie, but we love him.
Yeah, it's kind of like the not so cool
Mortarman.
guy, but
They
still
carry
love
some heavy rucksacks.
But where are we going with that?
Yeah, here we are.
Where was that before that?
You signed your life away.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, and then told your mom.
Oh, so I actually got a basic, and they were like, "Oh yeah, all you guys are 11 Bravos." And that was a massive relief because I was like, because all I ever heard was 11 bang bang, and then halfway through it, they were like, "All right, cool. Everybody in here is going to Italy, except for you, Cook. You're going to Korea."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to survive. I eat like a child. I don't know what kind of food they have there, but it ain't American steak and potatoes." So I was like, dude.
And Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to survive there. I'm going to be so far away from my family. And then like, I went up to the drill sergeant who was from the 82nd. And I was like, "Hey, drill sergeant, how do I get out of this?" He goes, "Man, the only way out is to get an airborne contract." I'm like, "Well, how do I do that? Can we just give me one of those?" He's like, "Nah, man." He goes, I'd gotten 300s on all my PT tests. And he was like, "Well, all right." He goes, "You get one more 300 and I'll give you the contract.
I'll hook you up.
I'll take care of you.
Doing you a favor.
Get you airborne all the way."
Knees in the breeze.
And man, I bought a $150 bottle of 5-hour energy drink for that morning for that PT test. Somebody was able to get one in.
Oh, like some contraband.
Yeah, some contraband.
Mm.
Yep. He hid it in his mattress. He was saving it. I paid him $150 for that.
Yeah, but it's monopoly money because
it was
you
just
didn't have
sitting there.
a job up at this point. It's like,
No.
yeah, you're like,
And,
I don't know what money is. Like,
I was like, dude, sure, $150. It's not a bad deal. I'm like, I crushed that PT test.
You just got paid in V-Bucks or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a thing back then, but
No, it wasn't.
Call of Duty money? Tokens? I don't know.
Holy cow, were you in Vietnam?
No, but
Jesus Christ, Desert Storm. We got paid in real money.
it's just bringing me back to my basic training stories of similar, but also vastly different. There was no $150 5-hour energy. 5-hour energy wasn't a thing. 5-hour energy was take a knee, face out, and drink water. Yeah.
On the next episode of Black and Blue, Kyle will share stories from Desert Storm.
That's stolen valor, dude. I was in a Desert Storm.
I'm sorry. World War II. But anyways, he's ancient. I'm younger. As you can tell by this pretty skin. But anyways, back on track.
Where were we?
Funny story recruiter for you.
Just you reminded me of how they'll literally tell you anything to get you to sign that paperwork and make you think that that's it once you do it. Like, there's no going back. You know, you've made this decision. Your country needs you, and we do need the right people serving this country. That's what makes us the greatest country on the planet. But I signed up 2 months after 9/11. I went to that teacher that he had served in the Ranger Regiment in the 90s, and I just looked at him and said, "Hey, man, like, how do I sign up? What can I do? What should I do if I do sign up?" And he kind of took me over and connected me with the local recruiter, the Army recruiter. And not going to name any names, but I still remember her name somehow. It's a female recruiter. And did all the PT stuff, crushed it. The tests, like, I scored well enough to get a bonus and all that, the enlistment bonus, even back then. But
what year was this?
2000. I signed up in 2001, December 2001. But
wow, this was right after 9/11.
Yeah, but the funny thing is like, my cousin was going to join with me, so he did all the delayed entry program stuff with me and everything. But I had to take his ASVAB for him.
How did you do that?
Well, because the recruiter, like, they literally, I had already taken mine, and he did his first attempt and did so bad that they couldn't even place him
on the ASVAB.
They couldn't give him the same contract they gave me, which was infantry, which is not like. So
like
I had 82nd in my. I had 82nd. No, I think generator repair is like the lowest, but not digging anyone that's generator repair. We need people that can do that. But
got to keep the lights on.
He didn't qualify for a bonus. I'm sure he was able to get entry. Either way, so they had me sit in this, because you're in person, right? It's proctored or whatever, and literally fill out his info for his name and all his stuff, and then take the test for him. And I actually scored better on his test than mine. And then he actually never he went to MEPS with me and did all this stuff, and then he never actually left because he didn't graduate high school. It was contingent on graduating high school and turning 18. So after I turned 18,
did he just not graduate on purpose because he didn't want to do it? Or
no, I don't think so.
He just didn't care.
He just kept going down a path, and just didn't care. Like, initially, like, we were all about it, like, let's do this together, kind of thing, and then the rest of the year kind of molded the decision to not go to school. And I like I said earlier, like, I had to really focus on school, and that teacher that really, like, invested in me with, the coach that saw something in me, saying that I wasn't going to graduate. So he set me on this path. So I was in it a couple months into that path, and then 9/11 happened, and then I signed up in December. And I was like, I'm graduating, and I'm going to the 82nd Airborne Division, America's Guard of Honor, as an 11 Bravo. But very similar, like, basic training experience. Like, I was crushing the PT tests, like, got, like, whatever, the company high level. And then I showed up to my unit, and they were redeploying back from Afghanistan.
And you were nothing but a cherry.
And I was nothing. I was less than nothing. And it was awful, but that's another episode. Maybe some of you heard me talk about it, but I wanted to share the recruiter kind of story. And there's some great recruiters out there. And
did you show up your first day in?
But don't lie to the kids, man.
Zipper boots.
Just to meet a quota. Don't lie to them. Tell them what it is.
True.
Tell them from your experience. And I do believe that the values, the warrior ethos, the Army values, whatever they are now, it is truly a basis for a young man or woman to kind of to frame out their lives and decide if they want to continue their career in the military or do other things. And but it's a job, man, and we need the right people doing it, not being lied to.
Yeah. No, there's a kid that works with my son at the gym. He's a senior, and he's plans on going right after he graduates. And he came to me about 2 months ago, and kid's like really motivated, and he's built well. He's doing all the right things. He's in the gym. He doesn't hang out with bad kids. And he had a local recruiter that was like, "Yeah, man, I can't get you a RASP contract." He's like, "Well, why not?" He's like, "Oh, we just don't have one." Blah blah blah. And which is a lie. They can get them that. And so he came up to me and was like, "Hey, do you know anybody that can help me?"
Trying to push the fish.
Yeah, he's a massive fan of what you do and what I do and what Blueberry's doing, and he's just a good kid. So I ended up calling a buddy of mine who lives in Tennessee, who's he just went to be a recruiter, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take care of him." Got him a RASP contract. Like, if you got kids that are coming to you motivated, like, don't deflate them.
Yeah,
because like we need those type of people. It's the same like law enforcement. They're turning away people who could be good cops, veterans, because they're trying to get away from like that alpha male cop, and they want like these.
Well, that militarized law enforcement kind of vibe. Yeah, but man, what a waste! What a shame and waste of like. We have like, arguably some of the most experienced. Not even arguably, like some of the most experienced combat veterans. It's a different type of war than say World War II, but but combat, and some of that experience that they can apply to law enforcement, and that's what I've been working on is like how to translate my experience in the military into training our nation's law enforcement, and I see the crossover, and I'm not signing up to be a cop. I don't envy being a law enforcement officer and the things they have to see people on their worst day, having their worst day kind of thing. But we need the right cops doing the job.
Yeah, I agree with you there, because you can't take somebody.
I'd be a cop with you, Blake.
Dude, we burn it down, dude. It would definitely be like Into Watch.
We would police.
Yeah. It would be.
You say Into Watch?
Yeah. It would be like.
That's a good movie.
Dude, we'd be taking belts off fighting people.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes you got to have those type of people.
Well, that's like when we pulled out of that gas station, wherever we were training, and that dude's like looking at us.
Yeah, it's a punk.
And you're about to throw it in park.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dog,
don't do
it, man, because once I go, dude. Like, we can't, like, bad cop here.
Oh,
I ain't living that life no more."
It would have been bad cop.
Yeah.
But that dude jumped out that car and stared at the wrong people. Oh, yeah. And I just want him to know that I see you.
Yeah, because you were trying to roll the window down or something. He was doing something, and I was like, "Stop." Dad came in and was like, nah, dude.
No.
Real mom-dad situation here.
Now I was gonna give him a mouthful.
Dude, I
was at Sheetz.
It was at Sheetz,
Pennsylvania.
Which they have great food if you haven't tried it in a pinch. Right?
What's your go-to?
Man, those little square pizzas, dude. Those things are so good.
My man crushes those pizzas.
Those are so good.
Crushes them.
Yeah.
Dude, we eat Sheetz every night.
Well, we wouldn't eat most cases if there's not a Sheetz around, or if Erica doesn't order Instacart groceries for us. And then someone's got to make the food, and it's like,
Yeah. When was it? Sawmill Finance Maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
For the first 2 days, we ate just Uncrustables.
Yeah.
And bananas.
Yeah.
And then finally she was like, "What are y'all eating?" Uncrustables. And then bam, Instacart.
Food.
It was incredible.
Yeah. She is the reason that this company still exists. Well, I think it's a good point to wrap up this episode. Yeah. What do you think?
Let's do it
about that.
Yeah. So you guys on the next one.
Yeah. So if hope you enjoy this episode. Give us a like and subscribe. Please leave some comments. More to come, and we're excited to get this going on the Black and Blue Show. If you want more exclusive content, join us on Patreon. We've been building that out for the past year and a half, and we're just going to keep building that out. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Cool outro. Some butt rock. Some.
Sorry, I got really into
We need to
that.
get some Creed. We need to get the license for the Creed song.
Oh, dude.
Boom.
When you are with me, I'm free. I'm out.